the fight songs. Michigan State's a dark horse. They got to say, out there. Welcome back to Spartan Stadium. Those guys want to maintain the status quo in this rivalry. Spartan fans hoping for a mild upset in a game this big. You got to get here early, and most of these 72,000 have showed up, still more than a half hour away from kickoff. Flash straight ahead. Talk about the Spartans and the Wolverines. Excitement building here. About 26 minutes to kick off, and the biggest. Also important in this game right here is what happens in the early going. Bill Burke, folks say he's calm, poised, unflappable. He'll have to be.
That's what you're saying.
Before the Wolverines and Spartan trade licks, there's still time to swap spit with the enemy. I'm trying to recreate the World War II Life magazine cover right there. Now, the Spartans and the Wolverines used to mean Neanderthal ball, but this year, both sides have subpar ground games and excellent passing games. Smash mouth is out. The spread offense is in, both triggered by quarterbacks that have a lot in common. Bill Burke and Tom Brady, both loyal seniors who patiently awaited their turns and fought off the challenges of younger, flashier, homegrown products. Most popular among their coaches, yeah, but not so much among the fans. They're not flashy, but when it comes to poise and game management, they might be unparalleled. Both face imposing, confusing defenses, so the coaches know you have to try to spread around that offensive responsibility.
I think really to be successful against a defensive team like this, you have to be able to run the ball some, and you have to be able to pass the ball effectively. And you can't let them affect the quarterback because you have to mix and balance and keep them off balance.
I want our defense to be energetic, and I want us to get after it and be aggressive, you know, because that's usually what sets the tempo of the game, I mean, for the entire game, you know. You come out and get a big hit on defense, and your team, you know, sees that, the offense sees that, and they get fired up on the sidelines.
Well, the Wolverines play inspires comparisons to the defense of the national championship team a couple years ago. That group a little better in every category, Woodson and company. 3 current starters holdovers from that year, and 7 seniors on this group. We talked about it before. They have seen it all. They have stopped it all. And Steve Cyphers, this group here is light years better than anything Bill Burke has seen so far this season. It will really test his poise.
That's right, Chris, and poise is something Burke has plenty of this year. He is low-key and even-keeled. He's a creature of routine. He won't change anything for anybody, even if it is Michigan week.
Even though it is Michigan, I don't think it can help me out in any way to kind of change up what I'm doing or change my approach to the game. So I'm preparing, you know, much the same way that I have so far.
The same way he did 2 years ago as a sophomore when an ineffective Todd Schultz was benched and Bill Burke faced the Wolverines for the first time. Were you ready for it?
Yeah, I think I was. I was ready for it, and, you know, as ready as you can be for something like that.
Bill did okay, and I'm sure as a young player he was probably caught up in the moment a little bit, and I think that's what you don't want players to do when they have to play in big games.
His confidence really was not at the level it is now.
How could it be?
Yeah, exactly.
Confidence is now a Burke trademark, the sum of all of his experiences in East Lansing.
From the day I stepped on campus, everything that I've learned on a daily basis, both football and non-football, that has gotten me to this point right now, and I'm thankful for each one of those experiences.
Though not all of them were good. Through the 96 and 97 seasons, he endured the pain that came with the inflamed discs in his back. And last season, after the opener, when the Spartans caved in against Colorado State, there were those who called for Ryan Van Dyke, the freshman star from nearby Marshall, Michigan.
I think it was understandable, you know, where people, you know, things didn't go well, so people kind of wanted to see what he could do.
But Burke started all 12 games as a junior. And now, as a senior, he's second in school history with 37 career touchdown passes. Burke is, according to Saban, the best game administrator, the best at running a team in Saban's tenure at Michigan State.
Now, he's not the most talented quarterback, but he gets good results because he makes good decisions and he does what you expect him to do.
And what Burke expects of himself against Michigan is not so much what he will do, but what he won't.
A great day for me would be no interceptions, no turnovers, and you know, making 2 or 3 big plays.
And you win?
And we win.
Goes on to say that those big plays may not necessarily mean touchdowns, But Lee, he says, given the way this game is going to be played, it could be as simple as picking up a first down on a key third down situation.
Steve, you're absolutely right. And Michigan State's new offensive coordinator, Morris Watts, has really got the Spartans' offense on fire. The quarterback, Bill Burke, last week against Iowa, threw 3 touchdown passes in the first quarter. But here's the stat I like the most. They snapped the ball 69 times, no turnovers, and that's important today. This game, I think, will focus on Michigan State's balanced offense, Michigan's passing. I think both teams will score in the 20s today.
Wow, that's high scoring, and you're right. Bill Burke has been very efficient. You know, so much has been made so far about this Michigan defense, and now they've been tested so many different ways. I think today will be their biggest test because of the ability of Michigan State's offense to have balance, running and throwing. I tell you, each week the defense may change the scheme, but one thing that stays the same is the play of the cornerbacks for the Michigan Wolverines. This defense is built around what they can do defensively because of the big play, man-to-man coverage on the outside. James Whitley is small, but he makes up for it with great leaping ability. He's a great athlete, and Todd Howard is getting better and better. He's a first-year starter. He already has 8 pass breakups. He is only 5'9", so if you look at Whitley and you look at Howard, you look at the lack of size, their ability to play man-to-man against the taller Michigan State receivers will be key, because if they can do it and shut down Scott and Burris and allow Michigan to get their safeties up and make Michigan State one-dimensional, and if they make Michigan State one-dimensional, game's over.
That's simple, huh?
A little lean there, a little lean.
Burke and Brady, both from out of state, both have jumped into the spirit of this rivalry, both seniors. Next 3 hours, they will never forget. Someone's going to leave here with some very positive memories. The band's getting folks fired up right here. We're going to come back. Still time for predictions in front of 72,000 on the Diamond Vision. Come on back.
College Game Day is brought to you by Acura. Cars are our passion. Engineering is our art. By America Online, so easy to use, no wonder it's #1. And by Outback Steakhouse, no rules, just right.
College Football Game Day is a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Proud to be celebrating our 20th anniversary. For more, log on to ESPN.com, part of the Go Network, go.com.
All right, finally, back to the most significant Michigan State game in decades. Do the Wolverines maintain the status quo? Can the Spartans switch the balance of power here? Who makes the key plays? Who makes the big mistakes? Who goes to 6-0? Who gets the axe? Who gets bragging rights? Kurt?
Well, 2 years ago, College Game Day came here, and Michigan was able to dominate the Michigan State team. That was a young, immature Michigan State team. This year, they're more mature. I think it'll be different. Because of that maturity, I think it'll be close. The Wolverines beat the Spartans in East Lansing.
All right, remember, he picked Michigan, right? He picked Michigan. All right.
Off comes the headset. On goes the headgear.
What do you got there? Let me see.
Corso likes the Spartans. You guys disagree all over the place. ABC has the kickoff next for many of you. Many of you will see Florida State, Miami next on ESPN. The road to Indy. We'll see you back here tonight.